2 years ago, I quit my 9-to-5 job to become an entrepreneur and create the life I always dreamed of. By age 26, I made my first million online, and now I run a 7-figure marketing agency with clients all over the world. The real question is, how did I go from being stuck in a 9-to-5 job to making millions online, traveling the world, and designing the freedom lifestyle I always dreamed of? I'm here to give you the answer. Join me and follow along as I share the exact strategies that helped me scale my marketing agency to 7 figures and gave me the freedom to live life on my terms. My name is Joel, and welcome to 7-Figure Agency.
Take our time and give you guys the right answers, not the easy answers, the right answers. So with that in mind, do we include ad spend or not in your pricing? We personally do. So I'm going to say we personally do. However,
and we also
we do not
teach others too.
However, we do not position it that way. I'm going to go into that. Higher ticket media buying. Hold on, let me go into this a little bit. All right, so we personally include it. However, we do not position it that way. So for example, instead of saying it's going to cost you $2,500, or let's say $3,000 for both the ad spend and management, this is the wrong way to do it. The right way to do it is to say it's $2,000 for management, and then $1,000 that goes to Facebook. It goes to Facebook. So we do personally include it in our pricing. We do charge for it. And I'm going to explain the reasons why in just a second, but we don't position it that way. When Amir is saying, hey, this is what our services cost, we don't actually say it's the total. We say it's this for us and this is for Facebook. Amir, do you want to dive a little deeper on that?
Yeah, I think this gets misconstrued a lot because I know people that don't include it in their offer, and I just don't recommend it because the last thing you want to do is get into the payment screen, and then they think it's one price, but really it's another price. That to me is the worst. They think they're paying $1,000, but in reality, because you didn't include ad spend in your offer, it's really $1,500. So now their budget was $1,000. You told them it's $1,000, but really there's another ad spend that needs to be covered. So you're really shooting yourself in the foot more than not putting it on there, unless, again, I don't think that you need to put on the higher tickets. But anything that you're selling, anytime it's under $3,000-$4,000, you need to include it in there just so they're clear. And it's fair for them to know how much you're paying. But we do it in a way where we almost trick them into it. So it's there, it's blatantly there, and 80% of the people understand that it's there. But 1 or 2 out of 10 they see one price and then they almost ignore the Facebook ads. So I think
we position it as, hey, we take the full payment, but this is how much goes to us, this is how much goes to Facebook, and it's separate. So we personally do include ad spend in our pricing, but we do not position it that way. So again, the wrong way is to say it's $3,000. The right way is to say it's $2,000 for us, then $1,000 that goes to Facebook, not to us, goes to Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, and his company. So there's a few reasons why we do this. Number one, it gives us control. We know exactly how much we're spending. It gives us a sense of control in our process. Number two, it is consistent for them. So for example, when we first started out, we didn't include ad spend. And then a client would be like, wait, why did I get charged $750 from Facebook? And then Facebook sometimes bills differently. Sometimes they bill every $25. Sometimes they bill every $1,000. So then all of a sudden our client would get a bill for $1,000 and be stressing out. They're like, what? I was not preparing for this. So again, it gives you less control because now they're dealing with Facebook and they're dealing with you as opposed to just dealing directly with you. On top of that, if clients want to increase ad spend, we let them do that, but on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
So for example,
they'll tell you.
we let them know on a month. Like what we'll do is we'll say, okay, we're happy to increase your ad spend. That's no problem. Let's do it on your next billing starting on your next billing cycle. So then we just change their subscription plan. We add the extra ad spend, and that's their ongoing ad spend. But then again, you see how it gives you the control. It's not them with Facebook. It gives you the control. Also, a lot of people might be thinking, well, if you're charging more, don't you have to pay more in merchant fees? That's actually a great argument. However, we did calculate it. And because we like to travel, because we like credit card points, and because we do use them, we actually end up getting more money based on our travel, based on our credit card points compared to the merchant fees. There's two cards that I'm going to recommend for everyone. The Amex Business.
This is next level, by the way, guys.
So the Amex Business Gold, this is what we use for ad spend because guess what? You get 4 times the points. You get 4x points on the Amex Business Gold. You see 4x points. And they apply to the first $150,000. So when that ends up, we go to this card right here. Let me pull it up.
The Platy?
No, we go to the Business Chase Business Preferred. This is also a travel card. So this is also really, really good for travel. So those are the 2 cards that we rotate, Amex Business Gold and the Business Preferred. And we still end up getting more points than we would lose in merchant fees for charging the ad spend. So that's something that no one talks about and no one thinks about, but that's because most other coaches are not at 7 figures. Also, the only time I would recommend it is if you are if you're a higher ticket ad agency that's doing more custom work, then you should not include it because it's going to be extremely fluctuating. You want to essentially have the control to change the ad spend whenever you want. So for example, if you're running ads for a course, if you're running ads for a coach, if you're running ads for e-commerce, it does not make sense to take the price of the ad spend up front, because if for some reason you want to scale up, then you have to change the billing all the time. You have to talk to the client to make sure that you can spend more. It's going to be a nightmare. However, if you're doing ads for local businesses and that's 95% of you, then you do want to include ad spend in your pricing. However, to bring it all home, you do not want to position it that way. So you are going to charge, let's say $2,000 for your entire package, but you're going to say it's $1,000 for ads, $1,000 for you. So you're going to position it separately. All right, let me stop sharing for a second and tune in with the group. Guys, if you are enjoying this Facebook Live, we are dropping an insane amount of value. Share some love.